Who looks at capital appreciation when they're looking to buy? Okay, long-term, I mean, you're looking at long-term investments, or you took in, yeah, okay. I mean, that's the only time you'd ever look to do that. A year ago, I could have said, yeah, capital appreciation is guaranteed every single year. Not the case at the moment. One thing that is guaranteed is rental income. James touched on the US earlier on. Who knows what the rental versus owner-occupied percentage is in the US? Anyone know? Roughly 70% rental compared to owner-occupied. So rental demand in the US is fairly high. UK, it's around about 25%-ish rental compared to 75% owner-occupied. Because of a certain silver-haired old lady called Mrs. or Dame, whatever she is now. Exactly. You know, right to buy on council properties turned the UK on its head. Nowhere else in Europe has those kind of figures when it comes to rental. I bought in Germany a long time ago. Very, very, very strong rental ethos in Germany, in France, in Spain, Belgium, the Netherlands. Very few people buy. Most people rent. So they have very similar figures to the US. Hence the reason rental demand is always high over there. German families are my properties in Germany. They've been there. I left Germany in 1994, and they've been the same tenants in those guys since I left, in all the ones I've got over there. So you tend not to get long-term tenants in the UK. 12 months, 24 months, 36 is a push. Overseas, very different.
Also, they look after their properties.
They do, yeah, they're very good at it. I very, very rarely hear anything from them, which is great because my German's abysmal as well. So, but yeah, you're right. You know, any problems, leaky radiator, they want to put a lick of paint up, yeah, help yourselves. So,
I think one of the main reasons for that is because they're much better built.
Yeah, I mean, the villages I bought in and the towns, they are very well constructed properties. You know, they are up forever. But then again, you can, you know, who's got Victorian properties in the UK? A lot of those very strong built, you know. So there are comparables. The benefit you have in places like Germany is the locations. A lot of these villages and towns, they are not remote, but they're not hugely densely populated areas. So the properties were well built. They have very little impact on the local community on them. Very little, I don't think I've ever had any issues at all with any of my properties over there, you know. So the day I walked in to see my bank manager in Germany, as a military guy aged, what was I in 91? I was something or other. Anyway, walked in to see him. Hi, Mr. Bank Manager. It's a German bank on base. I'd like to get a mortgage, please. He fell off his chair, so I helped him back up and said, I'd like to get a mortgage. Because what they're used to is guys going in there who've spent all their money in the NAFI on whatever things you could buy in Germany that were very cheap. Me being teetotal and a non-smoker as well. You get, bizarrely enough, if you're in the forces and you're overseas, and you're ex-military, yeah, you get paid more for being overseas. It's great, isn't it? You know, local overseas allowance, God bless it. Taxpayers' money for living somewhere cheaper. When I was over there, I was just telling James on the way up, it just cost me £7 because the fuel was subsidised for us to fill my car up. So yeah, not so good anymore. But yeah, so I bought over there in the 90s, and it's done me very well. Thank you very much. So, good investments. But hey, hindsight being a wonderful thing. Can you invest in Germany nowadays? Can you buy properties? You've got no hope. There's guys going over there. Anyone know a name? A guy called Vincent Chengi? Ring any bells? No? Iranian guy? Him and his brother? Billionaires, basically. These guys, they've got shares in the Hilton Group. They tried to buy Boots. These guys started buying in Eastern Germany a long time ago, and they are making a killing on it. Only people with lots of money to buy lots of properties can make anything in Germany now. So unlucky. So anyway, yeah, refurbs, ways to increase the value of your property. Great, increase the rental income. It's all very good. Who knows the legal requirements to rent out a property when it comes to what's in there? Anyone care to put their hand up and give me a list? Go for it, sir.
What, inventory?
Yeah, just a rough idea of what you should be having in your property. Not always, no. On a standard property, standard buy-to-let, no. HMOs, yes, compulsory. If you've got a 5-bedroom and above, 3 stories and above, you need fire doors. Each room has to be individually locked. You need to have fire extinguishers and fire blankets. But that's on HMOs. But if you had a typical 2-bed, 3-bed family home with a family in there, what would you need to have?
Get a safety certificate.
Exactly. Anything else?
Electrical pat test.
Yeah.
Gas,
You need to have basic standard appliances in there, yeah? Yeah, all very new, yeah, yeah. Lots of landlords going, oh no, got to do some work. Got to get out of my armchair and actually do something for my properties, yeah. Who knows about the energy reports you need to do now, or efficiency, yeah? Been fairly well advertised in the media.
It's just come out in October.
Yeah, yeah. So basically now you have to have an energy report. People will start to use it, tenants will start to use it to beat you down on the rental. Because they'll say, well, your house is losing heat like nobody's business, it's not particularly well insulated, you're using standard 60 watt and 100 watt bulbs instead of energy light saving, things like that. So they will start to say, look, you know, you're giving me high bills because you've not spent any money on insulating this property. So things like that, just to be aware of it when you're looking at properties. I'm not saying get a windmill in your garden to give you free energy and solar panels everywhere, because it's not worth doing it. And I'm sure the County Council would have something to say about that. That's an answer to your planning questions earlier on. He's not listening. No windmills in your garden. Planning permission, we won't get it. Okay. Anything else? What am I walking on right now? Don't say air. Carpet, exactly. Legal requirements provide floor coverings. Who knew that? What? I'm gobsmacked at that one, okay. I still can't believe there's only 2 smokers in the room, but I'm even more gobsmacked at the fact that no one knew about that one. If there are none, you do have to pay for new ones. So no going down the local dump and trying to get some flea-ridden old bit of rug to chuck down and say, I've just bought that from Egypt or something. They ain't going to buy it. It has to be new.
Is it throughout your whole house? You've got to have floor?
Yeah, yeah. So you can't just walk in on concrete. If it's wood flooring, if it's parquet, anything like that, that's fine. That's classed as a floor covering. But if you walk in and it's like clunk, clunk on cement, you know, you need to have floor coverings down there. Things to look out for, things like with the bathroom, is there a fitted shower? Not a legal requirement, but it does make a difference. Just simple things like that. You go to B&Q, all those kind of places, you can pick up those Myra ones for about 40, 50 quid. Good electrician will put one in. It will make a difference to your rental income. You know, just saying, yeah, it's a nice clean bath there, doesn't always cut it. If you say, well, it's actually a power shower or whatever, it can make a difference. And we're talking basic, simple things that can make an extra £50 a month. So if you spent £300 putting in nice new carpets and a shower, and you're getting an extra £50 a month, then you're looking at £600 a year that you might not have got it before. So after the first 6 months, 8 months, you've covered off your costs, and you're making money on the fact that you've spent a little bit. Yeah, it always gets me in this one. Who knows, right, 3rd, 4th bedrooms, small bedrooms. What determines a small bedroom? What are the dimensions?
75 square feet.
70, okay, do it feet by feet. I can't convert things like that. 6.5 feet in any direction. It has to be at least 6.5 feet in any direction. If it's not, what is it not then? A bedroom, exactly. So just be aware. When you look at places, you guys with your HMOs trying to ram that 5th student into a tiny little box room, you ain't going to get away with it. It has to be 6.5 foot in any direction to be classed or constitute as a bedroom. Things to be aware of as well, service charges. Some people don't look at that. They'll look at buying ex-council properties, flats, places like that. They'll just think, well, it's ex-council, it's a leasehold, but because it was ex-council, there'll be no service charges. There'll always be a service charge of some description if you buy an ex-council property, as in flats. Obviously on new builds as well, but I tend not to talk much about those. There will be a service charge. County councils charge a minimal amount of money, sometimes looking at £20, £30 a year as a service charge, but be aware of it because it's a cost that you have to absorb. So if you're making a margin of £5 a month profit on your property and you've got a £30 a year service charge, then you need to be looking at your figures yet again. Just understand what costs there are and what your legal requirements are. I know James will cover off more on legal requirements later on when it comes to tax and obligations like that. Legal requirements to a tenant, but just basic stuff when you're looking at properties. If there's no carpets there, ask estate agent. I'll buy this, but the owner has to put carpets in there for me. Things like that.